Guard, a 6'3" freshman from St. Kitts, number 22, Everson Davis.
Well, my story is pretty unique. I was born and raised in St. Kitts. I lived there for about 10 years. Then I moved to an island called St. Croix when I was about 10. Yeah, life on the island is real different. I can remember growing up, I never wore shoes because it was like we always run around with no shoes, and the beach was like a 5-minute walk. We go probably a day we'd be going to fishing, staying on the beach for like the whole day and coming back home. Or like we play a lot of games, a little soccer, a little cricket. I went to 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade there, and that's when I picked the game up really. In 7th grade, my summer, I played actually volleyball and soccer, and one of the coaches, he actually coached the volleyball team and the basketball team in St. Croix, and he asked me if I wanted to try out, so I kind of did, and from then I like the sport. And when I got to New Jersey, basketball was not even on my mind, because I played it in 7th and 8th grade just for the fun of it. And when I got to 9th grade, a school called Westside, in gym class, we were just messing around, and I think they gave me the ball, and I dunked it, and everyone went crazy because I was a freshman. Who was this kid? He should be playing on the team. And the gym class teacher actually knew the basketball coach, and immediately he told the basketball coach about me, and from then I was on the team. My coach told me like I can use basketball to further myself in education, and he told me like, this could be a tool for you. And knowing that, not coming from the wealthiest background, I know getting a college degree on a scholarship would be so much beneficial for me and help me a lot and make my mother proud of me. So after my 10th grade year, I really started taking the game seriously. It's definitely different. When you come to the States, it's so much bigger. Back in St. Kitts, it's like 68 square miles, so you could travel the country in like probably like 5-6 hours. So coming here was like so big, a lot of bright lights, because I went to New York first when I first came here, so seeing the bright lights, the big buildings, it's kind of different, a little adjustment. My process to Bing, my AAU coach had a lot to do with it, with the recruiting process. I just kind of played basketball, but Coach Brian Goodman, one day he was at one of my games. He was playing the school Hill, and I guess I had a decent game, and I looked up and he was in the stands after the game. So after the game, I went up and talked to him because he was with my AAU coach. And I never heard of Binghamton before, and he was explaining what it was. I went back, I did some research on the school, and there was other schools I was looking at the time, like Temple, like Tennessee. I had an offer from Tennessee, and but Coach Goodman, he had a big part of it, influence in coming to Binghamton. And when I first took my visit here, I kind of loved it automatically. I came, saw the facilities, it was a great facility. Then saw the dorms, it was great dorms and stuff. I got to meet the players, they was pretty cool. Then just to make sure that was a decision I wanted, like I took other visits to school. I actually took a visit to, well, not officially, but I went to Stony Brook, look at their campus, look at their gym, and then went to UNH as well. And when I came, after my visit actually, that's when I really made the decision, because I felt at home. The guys were so good, everybody was together, and I felt like the potential this school has, and with the basketball team, I feel like we could do a lot of things.
Everson's he's a humble kid, and I think that he's very driven to become, a good basketball player, and he's very focused on, becoming a good student, getting his degree, So it was a perfect, Binghamton in a lot of ways was a very good fit for him. When you looked at some of the other schools, that he was looking at, they all presented, they all present a lot of the same qualities, where they were all good academic schools and all presented a basketball opportunity for him. And as we were working through the recruiting process, I think one of the things that stuck out with us was the quality of the education and the ability to make an impact, as a freshman.
My mother, she's so proud of me. She's always watching the games and stuff. Because in high school, I think my parents only came to one game out of my 4 years in high school. And to see them come here, they actually came to the BU game. We played Boston. And there was to see the smile on their faces after I come out the locker room. Even though we lost, it was still great to see them. They were so proud of me. Every game they have a chance to watch online, they're always watching. And after, they tell me good job or we get them next time. But to have their support like that, to see my mother and my father so proud of me, it's a blessing.
Ev's a quiet guy. He's very to himself at times. I mean, he may not even speak up when he's talking to you. He's actually my roommate on away trips. The coaches have put us together, so I've gotten to know him a little bit better. He's kind of broken out of his shell to me a little bit, so I mean, I enjoy that. He's a very funny guy. I mean, a lot of people don't know that about him because he just doesn't talk as much, but when he does, it's very funny and he's quiet off the court, but very loud on the court. So, I mean, hey, if you're not going to talk off the court, you might as well talk on the court, and I'll appreciate that. Then we can handle that off the court.
Funny, back when I was younger, my personality was known as a silent assassin on the court, because off the court I wouldn't really talk much, but on the court I'm a whole another person. And I don't know, I guess if you talk to my coaches, they still would like me to be more vocal on the court, which I'm working on. But basketball, you gotta play with passion, you gotta play with energy in order to win some games. And that's what we're working on as a whole group, to bring the energy every night from the start of the game to the end of the game. But for me, yeah, I'm a really shy guy. I kind of keep to myself. Sometimes I gotta try to mingle more with the guys, which I do, but I mean, yeah, I am a little shy, but when it comes to the court, it's time for business. I got a lot of passion on the court.
Speaking for myself, I'm not really a quiet guy off or on the court, and so with him, it really is a switch. I mean, he may be quiet in warm-ups, but when it comes to just whenever he has that basketball in his hands or he's on the court playing, it's just that fire in his eyes that you see, and it's like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get this win, and that's gonna require me bringing some energy, some passion.
I mean, one of the biggest goals is try and turn this thing around for us. I mean, it's not over yet. I mean, people might throw in the books on us, probably say next season we probably get them, but we still could make some noise in this conference, and we know that. It's just that hump we got to get over. As an individual goal, I would like to still make some noise in this conference as a team. Maybe bring home the Rookie of the Year for the school, bring it home, and hey, we could make some noise in the tournament.
When I was a captain last year as a sophomore, and a lot of people depended on me, Coach told me a lot of mistakes, I needed to put them on myself. He's doing that now as a freshman. That's doing some things that I wasn't even doing as a freshman, and it's just phenomenal just to see kind of like his progression during the year so far, and it's just been a lot. He's gotten so much better, not only in the preseason, but during the season, and if he can do that for the next 3.5 years, he's going to be a great player.
Growing up in St. Kitts, basketball wasn't a big part of his upbringing, and one of the reasons that I believe he has the real bright future is he didn't really start playing basketball until, like 7th or 8th grade. So he's new to the game, and he's only probably been playing basketball 5 or 6 years, and because of that, I just think these experiences that he's having now, and combined with his talent, with his overall physical talent, and the fact that he's a very smart guy, will have him well positioned to continue to expand his game as we move forward.